Hi there guys, here I am for another video. In today's video we're going to start the rise and fall of the Angela Baker series, aka a Sleepaway Camp retrospective. I've seen the first three Sleepaway Camp films today. I saw the first one yesterday. It was on YouTube, so I'm being slightly hypocritical. Yeah, and Sleepaway Camps 2 and 3 are on YouTube, so there we go. We have the first three down. I decided that the Survivor footage, Sleepaway Camp 4, the Survivor footage is on YouTube, but ultimately it didn't really feel like it was deserving of an inclusion, because all it was multiple takes, they had the box scene 1, scene 2, kept on, it just was unbearable to watch. So ultimately I decided that I'm not going to do that. But later on today I'm gonna, because Return to Sleepaway Camp is not available on YouTube. So unfortunately, that's gonna have to wait. Hopefully I can find a website that has that film for free. And it's not spam. It doesn't have spam on it. Spam with the website. So that's going to be postponed. Maybe today. I don't know. It might not even happen. But since I'm starting this series now, I feel obligated to just finish it off, and then sometime maybe I'll do, if I can find something that isn't just multiple clips of the Survivor, that is just straightforward, like that fan edit version of the Sleepaway Camp The Survivor gets available for free, and doesn't for free, then I'll do that later on, just depending on multiple factors. Anyways, let's first start off with the first Sleepaway Camp film. And when I was a little kid, and I was huge into DVDs, and when I actually had a DVD collection, I sold all my DVDs for Blu-rays. I had this film in 3 different DVDs. That proves how much of an idiot I am. But anyways, yeah, Sleepaway Camp 1983 is an R-rated 88-minute horror thriller from a director named Robert Hiltzik. And Robert Hiltzik, Return to Sleepaway Camp are his only directorial efforts, and he didn't really go on to do anything noteworthy. So yeah. Anyways, this film, and when I was a kid, I was like, I fucking love this movie. This movie was badass, yo. But after thinking about it, after thinking about it at a more mature age, which I am now, I just thought to myself, that was a horrible movie. And when I was a little kid, I thought that Sleepaway Camp 2 and 3 were awesome, and I grew up to be a little bit more a mature age and thought about it. Those films were still awesome. Then Return to Sleepaway Camp was always a bad movie, so yeah, I just had to rewatch these films because I've seen them like all of them like back in 2009, the last time like winter of 2009. So anyways, Sleepaway Camp is starts off with some kind of really annoying. It tries its best to be creepy and atmospheric, but it's really not. It's just kind of it's really poor because you hear these kids goofing off in the background with this with this just hardcore music in the background accompanying it, and ultimately it just wasn't effective. And then you see the beginning scene where you get to see this father's fucking around with his two kids. They're having a fun time, and then you get to see some boaters are riding their boat, and then they hit the boat, and then they hit the boat, and then after that they kill the father, which he could easily just moved. Seriously, he had enough time to fucking move. He had enough time to get out of there, get out of that situation. But no, he decided to just stay there and just running around It's just like, what the hell? But ultimately, he dies, and one of the kids is struggling to. I think that kid didn't have a head injury that would affect his motor skills. So that kid could have swum out there and could have been like he was whatever. Yeah, but we realized that it was the boy later on, and we'll get to that. And then you see his friend go like, I believe that he says John, and then after that you have this lady who reminds me of my aunt. One of my aunts. Reminds me of one of my aunts. And then you get Ricky, which, gotta admit, that's kind of cool that they mention him when the boat incident happened, and get to meet up with Angela Baker, and ultimately, it's just like, I don't understand why she's overacting, and just like, it's just like, and she says, oh, I had a bow tie wrapped around my finger so I can remember. Whatever, it's just overacted. And then then the people drive off in the bus, and then you meet up with the friendly chubby pedophile who makes like he goes like this, and ultimately he says, oh, we'd like to call them baldies. Just being a scumbag, just being a really big piece of shit, and ultimately it just adds to the scum factor of the film. Yeah, and then you meet up with I forgot the character's name, because it's just not really memorable. The only people that really remember their names is Ronnie the bodybuilder, he was badass. I liked him. He was a nice guy. Angela, Angela, obviously. Angela, um, Ricky, and because Meg makes a really annoying and just has a fucking attitude, just attitude that I didn't like. When she introduced herself, Meg, she goes like, she just says, "My name is Meg," in a very attitude-ish way, and then she goes around and says, MEG, got it? And just basically telling you, if you don't know how to spell Meg, well, I'm going to tell you how to spell Meg because I'm just have an attitude. The only reason I ultimately didn't really like Ricky, didn't like Ricky much because ultimately he has a few good redeemable qualities, like he defends his sister, his not his sister. I believe I don't know. It might be the sister. It's very unclear. It's very unclear. But ultimately, it's just ultimately a family member. So a relative. Yeah, he just goes off and just says, "You stupid fucks," and then you get these bully people just in this film. Ultimately, there's only two people who didn't have an attitude. It was the nice girl in the cabin, and nice girl in the cabin, nice girl in the cabin, and then then you have Ronnie. Those are the only two nice people in this film. Nice people in this film. The rest of them just have an attitude, and are just basically assholes. Okay, the chubby guy goes in and makes a sexual harassment, just sexually harasses Angela, and then Ricky comes by and says, "You fuck," and I'm like, how the fuck did he get in there? How the fuck did he get in that kitchen to see what's happening? And then he tries to punch the kid, and then how the fat pedophile chef gets killed. It's ultimately really absurd, and it really is just, shall I say, what's that word? Avoidable, a very avoidable death. But ultimately, we get to hear him scream and get a close up, and it's just like, what the fuck? Then we get more people just being assholes at a baseball game, and ultimately, and yeah, this old guy beats up Ricky, and then it's ultimately, I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, then the guy tips over the canoe and he gets drowned by Angela. And ultimately, some of it's good. Like you have, well, some of it's good. Like you have some good. This like has some good thrilling environments of how you build up to the killer in it. But it has so many unlikable pricks around it that you ultimately don't really care if they live or die. Oh yeah, there's one more kid, Ricky's friend, but ultimately he still does some asshole things, and then you get the shocking reveal, and even Robot Chicken made a reference to this ending where we realize that Angela has a pecker, has a penis, and ultimately just besides a good way to develop who the killer is and who isn't it, and some of the kills I'm not really into. I don't go to a horror movie for kills, but some of the kills in this are inventive and whatever. But ultimately, it's just not a good film. It's just a really, it's just a trashy film. I can't really recommend it. But anyways, I'm gonna just try my best to keep the films that I watched into one video instead of going like part 1, 2. So I want to keep it in at least one video. Okay. Then we got Sleepaway Camp 2. Unhappy Campers, which is a 1988 R-rated 80 minute horror comedy that came out March 3rd, 1990. This is from a director, Robert Hilt, or Michael A. Simpson. Another thing about Robert Hilt, stick back to the original Sleepaway Camp film, and he just doesn't really know anything that could really grab you. I might be wrong when I see Return to Sleepaway Camp, but he didn't really know how to make anything likable. Michael A. Simpson, on the other hand, makes his films, his entries, fun as hell. Fun as hell. Okay. Plus, Michael A. Simpson has 11 credits to his films, to his things. He has a lot more, and he has like a one project in development called the Gagaloo Affairs, and yeah, it's just like, wow, Michael A. Simpson, you definitely know how to direct a film. You definitely know how to make something fun. Okay, with Sleepaway Camp 2, you have. It starts off with this campfire tales where this kid's talking about Angela, and you just meet up with these people who basically the writing in this film is it's just like you have these. It's like these. You have these 12th grade, not 12th grade, 8th grade, starting junior high student dialogue, and it's ultimately not that bad. It's just like hey, it's just ultimately, it's just fun. It's not really meant to be. It's not really meant to be. Yeah, it's kind of childish. Some of the dialogue in this film is childish, but it's not like Rob Zombie where he has to have a fuck like every other words. And most of the people in this film don't really have an attitude. Some of them do. Some of them really do have an attitude, but there's a lot more likable people. See, in Sleepaway Camp 1, there's just people being assholes to each other just for the sake of being assholes. Oh, I forgot to mention that in Sleepaway Camp 1, all of them have like Jersey Shore attitudes, Jersey Shore tones. But in this one, it's just like you have this. It's like this excellent junior high student, who made a pretty solid film. It has some weak elements in the writing department, but it's ultimately just fun. And you get to see people actually like have fun with their things. They like you have this girl who is like, she flashes people, and it's just like, all right. And then you get to see these two little kids being immature, but still kind of enjoyably likable when they are taking their photos, sneaking photos of this. It's just cool. And it's just a really inventive film. Like you have where they you see this little place hidden up in the hills, and you have all the bodies, and then she throws some battery acid, and then there's some cool little things going on. You realize that one of them is a cop's son, which we'll get to in Sleepaway Camp 3. Um, yeah, it's just like that. It's really just a fun film. It has references to Freddy Krueger, Leatherface, Jason Voorhees. Has three references, and it's kind of like in a satire tone. This film has a satire type of tone. Not the third one. The third one doesn't really have a satire tone to it, but this one satirizes the way the horror genre is presented. Hello? 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 Yeah. Okay, we'll do. Okay. Got a phone call. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's like this is just a really fun film. Really fun. Really, just a fun film. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, and yeah. So, yeah, let's just get to Sleepaway Camp 3. Okay. Sleepaway Camp 3 Teenage Wasteland is a 1989 film, R-rated comedy horror film, and this one is just, it's fun as well. It's fun as well. The thing is that, okay, speaking about Angela, I like that in Angela, both in Sleepaway Camp 1 and 2, she just has a lot going for her in terms of likability, because she's just fun. She just throws the common morals that horror films abide to. Yes, this is cool. Sleepaway Camp 3 starts off with a bang. Starts off with a bang in the first like 10 minutes of the film, where Angela's tracking this girl who's gonna go to this camp with her truck, and she has a trash compactor. She takes the place, and then she goes to this sort of be like mixing the rich students with the poor, low class and high class students. And it's just ultimately, it's not as fun. It's not as fun as the first, not as fun as Sleepaway Camp 2, but still a great deal of fun, because you get to see her interact with some of the some of the people, and I get them confused, because I think that Sleepaway Camp 1 is Sleepaway Camp 2 is the Brady Bunch, names from the Brady Bunch, and Sleepaway Camp 3 is just the 80s Brat Pack names for the characters. That's ultimately a really just fun decision. Just a fun decision. You get to meet up with these characters who are very unique in their own special ways, and they get together and just have fun, and then like in traditional Michael A. Simpson Sleepaway Camp fashion, the last 10 minutes are the best, because you get to see these people who we had trust games. They go into each cabin. They got 2 minutes. 2 minutes to find Mare. And it's just like, it's really just cool because you both get the things, and then you get to see the then you get to see these two cops or these two people who are about to kill Angela, and it's just kind of a rip-off of Halloween 4. And ultimately there's just some good fun with her beating up some people. The cop is the kid's father in the Sleepaway Camp 2, and it's just ultimately a great deal of fun. And yeah, some of these characters are assholes. This one has a little bit more of an attitude than Sleepaway Camp 2, but the characters in this film don't have as bad as the attitude from the characters in Sleepaway Camp 1. Ultimately, I just really think that Michael A. Simpson done a terrific job with the Sleepaway Camp franchise. I wish that he could have made another entry. I suspect that he had some involvement with the unfinished production footage version of Sleepaway Camp 4. No, that was directed by Jim Markovic. And from my knowledge, it's just terrible footage. But you have in 2012, it had a fan resurgence. It had like a 70-minute just fan thing where that just basically is this like clip show of the first three films, and just wasn't that good, because apparently she has some sort of amnesia, and we don't know if it's Angela Baker or not. Honestly, I'm just not really a big fan of just watching something that's like nearly an hour and a half with some original footage that is just I heard that the original footage for that film is kind of poor in there, and I believe that a fan edit is kind of horribly done. But anyways, sometime I'm not gonna promise you this, but maybe sometime today, if I could find Sleepaway Camp, Return to Sleepaway Camp for free on Spamlin's website, I will watch it and give you a review of it. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, and I have a shit ton of those series on Blu-ray reviews to do, but yeah, I'm not gonna let those interrupt this shit. Bye.